This is an Illustrator CC tutorial. Let's start. Go to the file, open, and go to number 5, groups. So its grouping is very important. So if you do command 0, so you're gonna see the whole picture, but we will using kind of grouping all about on this building. So I'm gonna zoom to jet, and I want to drag only the house. So this building, so will be kind of selected. So now it's everything just kind of individual object. Okay, so it'll be kind of very hard to manage it. Okay, so we want to using the group. Okay, what does it mean the grouping? So now it kind of move individual, but I want to move chimney together, or roof and the wall together, window together, and maybe eventually the house together. So you see, if I just move, okay, so let's start. So with the selection tool, I want you to select this 1, 2, 3, 4 chimney area, go to object and the group. Okay, so now I can move this chimney together, just clicking anywhere of kind of chimney. So let's move the chimney to the right side. Okay, and now I want to make a group, 1, 2, 3. So these 2 as a roof and the 1 as the wall. So these 3 square will be as a 1. I'm gonna select it, go to object and the group. Okay, and there will be 5 window. So I'm gonna select the window and hold the shift key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I select 5 window. I'm gonna go to object and group. So now my 5 window kind of move together. Okay, let's go to this door. So actually this door, you'll see that each door, it's kind of separate. Okay, so we need to click the door, this brown door, and hold the shift key, and you need to click each individual 8 small window. So will be the 1 and with 8. So all the 9 objects together, and go to object and the group. Okay, so now this door as one group. If door is moved together, it means you are successfully make a group. Okay, and then we want to select everything in this building. I'm gonna select everything in this building, and I'm gonna go to object and the group. Okay, so now whole house, this whole building as a one group, I can move. Okay, so basically there's like a big group as this whole building, and inside there's one group as a chimney. Okay, and there's another group for this building, and there's another group for window, there's another group for door. Okay, so there's kind of subgroup is inside. Okay, so now I want to show that after you make a kind of older group, but you might need to revise, right? So we need a kind of individual control. So let's go there. So I'm gonna go there and double click. So I'm in the inside. Let me go to double click one more time about this the roof. Okay, so I'm gonna click the roof, and I'm gonna make a kind of roof is really narrow. Okay, so I revise it. If you wanna come back, you can go to another kind of top group, or you can just double click anywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna double click inside, and this chimney I'm gonna moving back, and I'm gonna make a double click, and I'm gonna make my chimney as a lower. Okay, and I want to select this whole chimney and moving back. Okay, and then I just double click in this kind of empty area, not the building, and you can get out from this group. So I revise the roof, I revise the chimney. Okay, and inside let's double click, and window I'm gonna double click. So in the window somehow it's not straight. Okay, so I'm just gonna revise of the position. Okay, so window seems good. And I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna double click about this door. So in door, so basically each element, if you just double click, you can go inside. Okay, so I want to click and hold the shift key, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna click the delete. So I'm gonna delete this 6 window. Okay, and I'm gonna go to this bottom one and I'm gonna increase. And this another one, I'm gonna increase. Okay, so this is kind of isolation mode. Okay, I'm gonna just double click outside. Okay, so what does it mean? This is as a whole group I can move. Okay, but if you need to revise individual element or inside of the subgroup, you need to double click. Okay, so if you want to access about this group, I'm gonna double click one more time so I can have an individual access, individual transformation. Okay, if you need to get out of the group and if you need the kind of chimney, you need to double click, you can have access. Everything else become a little bit more kind of white, kind of transparent. Okay, so this is most clear. It means you can kind of transform. Okay, so you're gonna go to, and so basically there's like a one big group. There's like a one big group, the house. There's a subgroup, chimney. There's another group, roof and the wall. There's another group, window. There's another group for door. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's like a 4 subgroup. Okay, and in individual group you can have access and you can modify. Okay, so if you successfully revise, make your roof and chimney and change your door to the rather than 8 small window, there's kind of 2 long window. That looks good. And go to the file, save as. I can save same folder and put your name end of your file name. So I can check end of class. Okay, groups and your name. Click save. Click OK. And you can close it. Okay, let's start another one about transformation. Go to the file, open, and let's open number 6, transformation. Click open. So if you want to see the everything, command 0 will show the everything. So we'll learn how to use transformation tool, move, rotate, reflect, scale, and shear. Okay, so if you go to, let me just check. So I'm in the selection tool, MV. I'm gonna select. If you go to the object and transform, you will see that there's move, rotate, reflect, scale, and shear. So there's kind of option we will explore, right? And actually there's a tool, there's a rotate, there's a reflect, there's another tool, scale, shear, reshape. Okay, so before we going further, I want to kind of show that as a zoom tool as a Z. So I'm gonna close up. Okay, so this is a move tool. So I'm in this is selection tool. Okay, so move tool, actually you can move anywhere you want. Okay, but I'm in the selection tool. If you click enter, if you click this return key, you can have a more click the kind of preview, so you can have a more numeral number. So let's say if you really need to move 30 degree and maybe 10 millimeter. Okay, and this time you can have a click OK, but this time I want to show how you move. So you can play around this number or angle. It doesn't have to be 10 millimeter and 30 degree, but you can change it. And this time I want you to click the copy. Okay, so you can kind of show that it's kind of the move. Okay, so each way to move, of course, selection tool you can move. Okay, but if you need to move exactly, okay, you select the object and click return key, and you can kind of move more precise number. Okay, let's moving to the rotate. So I'm gonna click this object and I'm gonna go to this rotate tool. So I'm in this rotate tool and click return or enter key. So there's a number. So it's preview. So I can rotate 45 degree, any degree you want. Okay. So let's do 75. So this is kind of 75 and I'm gonna do as a copy. Okay. So I rotate exactly 75. So I'm gonna kind of move to kind of show there. Okay, so this is before, this is after I rotate 75 degree. Okay, so let's moving on. So there's a scale. Okay, in the top, there's a reflect. I'm gonna select this object and I'm gonna go to reflect tool. So I'm in the reflect tool and click return key. So you'll see you can have a reflect. So you can do the horizontally or vertically. So I'm gonna click with the kind of horizontal reflect and I'm gonna click the copy. Okay, and I'm gonna move to the bottom. So this is kind of horizontal reflect. It's almost kind of mirror reflection. Okay, you will see that this is a reflection tool. It's here. Okay, I'm in the V as a selection tool and I'm gonna select the scale. So in this is kind of transformation tool. If you go to scale tool and click enter, so there's a scale. I'm gonna uniform. I'm gonna scale 200. So basically twice is bigger. 2 times, actually 4 times kind of bigger. Okay. And this is before. This is after. And I also want to make a copy. And I want to move to the bottom. So this is a 200 bigger of the scale. Okay, so of course you can transform when you select it, hold the shift key, you can transform. Okay, but if you need exactly, let's say 75% smaller or 125% is bigger, you have to be really exact number of a percentage to increase or decrease the scale. This will be good tool to play. So let's go to shear. Okay, and if you go to this transformation, there's a shear tool. Okay, and after you select this shear tool and if you click enter or return key, you will see the shear. So let's have a 45 degree and I'm gonna change with a horizontally shear. That looks good. So usually you can do the OK, but in the tutorial I want to see before and after to compare. So I'm gonna click the copy. Okay, and I want it to move to the bottom. Okay, so there's a before, this is a shear. So you can have a kind of horizontally kind of tilted or skewed. Okay, Command 0, you see this one, you can move exact number. Okay, move, and this is a rotate. So you'll see that this is kind of rotate tool, reflection tool, and here scale shear tool. So this is a reflect. This is a reflect. And this is a scale 200% and this is a shear. Okay, everything looks good. And here you have this tool of a transformation, or if you select any object, you can have a transformation tool, move, rotate, reflect, scale, shear. So you can have a access from this toolbar or the top in menu bar transformation. Okay, that looks good. Go to the file, save as, and I want you to save as your name. Click save, click OK. So I want to make sure when you do transformation, click copy to make kind of another copy so I can see the compare. Okay, if you save with your name, you can close it. Go to the file, go to open. I want you to practice a little bit more transformation. Go to the number 7, repeat transformation. Okay, so this one, it's our kind of house and the building image. Okay, so this is kind of as one group. Okay, so I want you to click this chimney, and I'm in this selection tool as a shortcut as a V. I want to select only this chimney, and I want you to click enter or return key, and we want to move. So we want to move minus 180 millimeter. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me do again. I think it should be the right. And I want to move on the top 180 millimeter. Okay, click OK. Okay, because it was kind of too high. Okay. Okay, so I'm the click this roof. So I'm gonna select only this roof and the command D, and here's the same thing, command D. Okay, so basically it's kind of repetition. So I was repeated and command D, same transformation. Okay, and I'm in this kind of the building, and I want to drag and move the bigger. Okay, so let me just double click. Okay, so what I did, I transform move, but exactly the same. Everything will be minus 80 millimeter in the Y. So in the Illustrator, actually going up, it's kind of minus. Going down, it's plus in the Y. Okay, so now what we want to do, I want you to select these 3 window. Okay, and then when you drag, I want you to hold shift and option key to the drag. Okay, so when you do the shift option key, in the option I'm gonna making a copy, and shift you're gonna go straight on the top. Okay, and I want to repeat it. So command D, command D, command D, and command D. So I can kind of repeat about this transformation. Okay, so this is kind of end of tutorial. So this one, whatever you do in transformation, like move or scale, or reflection or copy or share, anything you do transformation, if you want to apply kind of repeatedly, you can do in command D as a shortcut, kind of repetition. Okay, go to the file, save as, and save as your name. Click save, click OK, and after then you can close. This is the end of tutorial.